Ever wonder why LeBron James, who is usually calm and composed, completely broke character in the court? Turns out it wasn't just another day on the witness stand. When a private tape involving him and Diddy started playing in front of the judge, jury, and cameras, the courtroom turned into a spectacle nobody saw coming. This wasn't some leaked rumor or a blog headline. This was real footage shown, and LeBron's reaction said it all. From courtroom tension to questions nobody thought would ever be asked, this moment sent shockwaves through fans and media alike. Let's break down exactly what went down. Only days before, he had been caught on video praising the wild parties hosted by music mogul Sean Diddy Combs, exclaiming with genuine excitement that ain't no party like a Diddy party. That carefree clip was looping on screens around the world, but here, under the harsh glare of overhead lights, it felt like something else entirely. Everyone could see his smile freeze, his eyes darting, as if seeking an escape route.
Everybody know ain't no party like a Diddy party, so.
Yeah, that's what's up. Yeah.
Earlier that morning, attorneys for one of Diddy's accusers had asked the judge's permission to show snippets of footage from Combs' infamous gatherings. Their case rested on the claim that Diddy had orchestrated elaborate parties where he used threats, drugs, and intimidation to control his guests. They suggested that cameras had been placed throughout the mansion, some in plain sight, others hidden, capturing every moment. The prosecution insisted those recordings proved more than just fun nights. They painted a picture of victims coerced into unspeakable acts.
What is the next thing that's gonna make us all go, what the f***? Like, what the f*** going on?
It's coming.
Like,
You know it's
how
coming.
many guys were on video saying, ain't no party like a Diddy party? How many people like openly talked about being there?
LeBron?
Yeah, how Ashton Kutcher, all these people. Like, you guys all went, you didn't see nothing? You didn't see nothing?
Yeah.
Donnell.
Donnell went?
Yeah.
Did he? Of course he
He's
did.
on tape,
Donnell
like,
who?
trying to defend himself.
Is he really?
Yeah.
Is he trying to defend himself right now?
It's pretty funny.
I gotta call him up.
As the jury filed back in, murmurs rippled through the seats. Words like sex tape and hidden cameras echoed off the wood-paneled walls. LeBron, seated at a table next to one of Diddy's defense attorneys, looked visibly uneasy. His head bowed, he ran a hand through his hair, casting furtive glances at the screen. On it, images of a younger LeBron, animated and carefree, celebrated alongside Combs at one of these parties. The room was supposed to be a solemn arena of justice, yet he felt exposed as though the whole world were watching. The audio kicked in, drowning out the judge's instructions. LeBron's voice, far too familiar, called out praise for Diddy's hospitality. Everybody knows it's the best party around, he could be heard saying. But here now, those words sounded hollow and misplaced. He had built a reputation beyond basketball, a self-appointed advocate for social issues, a champion for those without power. He had rallied around victims of police violence, lent his name and platform to causes he believed in. Yet, when the lens shifted to someone in his own inner circle, he had nothing to say.
Moments later, the lawyer for the plaintiff described allegations in chilling detail. One woman claimed Combs held a knife to her mouth, threatening to carve a Glasgow smile. Another spoke of being warned she could be sold off to the highest bidder, never to be heard from again. These were not idle threats on some gritty music video. They were real people's lives, upended and manipulated under the guise of glamorous parties. LeBron's silence, once lauded as principled, now felt like a glaring omission.
It's off, since I'm the man of the hour, the man of the show. I want to ask LeBron, what does he mean by there's no party like a Diddy party? I truly want to know. And not only that, LeBron, how many Diddy parties have you actually been to? I'm really curious to know, because all the backlash you were getting for going to so many Diddy parties, it's just pathetic, man. People think this guy's a role model. He wants to defund the police, the most patriot people of America, serving and protecting our country. LeBron, you're a fucking scumbag. I hope you get locked up in the same cell with me.
Outside the courtroom, commentators had already pounced on the contradiction. How could the man who once took a knee on the basketball court, demanding justice for others, remain mute when a friend faced such grave accusations? Some suggested that he had remained quiet because he feared what else might be on those tapes. Was it possible that Diddy's cameras had captured something involving LeBron that he didn't want the public to see? It seemed like a wild theory, yet the hush surrounding him only fueled speculation.
Silence of certain individuals like LeBron James is quite deafening. A person who claims to care so much about Black life, Black Lives Matter, on the ground, taking a kneel. Okay, that's fine. But now you have a friend of yours who has been on camera, know that you have various Black people speaking out about how they were abused by him, and you have said nothing. So I don't like the hypocrisy behind that.
Everybody know ain't no party like a Diddy party, so.
Yeah, that's what's up. Yeah.
There are lots of big names being dragged into this. We don't know where the truth lies with that yet. But certainly people like LeBron have been deafening with their silence for the reasons that Candace just articulated.
In the gallery, Diddy's family and close friends watched with worried faces. His sons and sister had been fixtures at earlier hearings, but today they were nowhere to be found. LeBron was in their corner now, their star witness of sorts, but even he didn't seem sure how to support the defense. The judge paused the playback, calling for a brief recess as murmurs erupted among spectators. LeBron rose slowly, his suit jacket unbuttoned, the weight of everyone's eyes upon him. He walked down the aisle to the exit, shoulders hunched. Reporters shouted questions, but he ignored them, staring straight ahead. It was a far cry from the confident superstar who once basked in the adulation of millions. The chants of MVP from basketball arenas had been replaced with uncomfortable silence here.
Up there, they got the tapes. The hotel took 50,000. You know how? Come on, homie. It's evil. Is up there. All of our Black celebrity, LeBron James, they're up there with evil. Whitney Houston, Prince, Mike, they're all up there with evil. And they don't get to come down here where it's good. Good, poor, mean, heartless, angry mother. That's not evil. They angry, they mean, they resentful, they even hateful. But nigga, they not evil.
Yeah, LA police came out and said that he won't be charged. That happened too long ago.
I just want to say, nobody have gone to the police on Diddy. I'm going to say it again. Nobody have gone to the police on Diddy. They went to the police on Bill, Harvey Weinstein.
When proceedings resumed, the defense team argued that the tapes showed only consenting adults enjoying themselves. They insisted Combs had never harmed anyone, that these women had willingly taken part in the festivities. LeBron's lawyers sat expressionless, refusing to comment or offer any explanation. Their strategy was clear: stay neutral, don't alienate a powerful client, and hope the public's memory of wins and charity work would outweigh this scandal. But the Downton-like hush in LeBron's camp did more damage than any fiery statement could. Supporters who had admired his moral leadership began to wonder if his activism was selective. Some whispered that celebrity friendships trumped his commitment to justice. Others argued that he simply wasn't well informed, that maybe he hadn't known about the abuses until the lawsuits emerged. Yet even that excuse rang hollow. These allegations had been circulating for years, with over 70 civil suits filed against Diddy over 3 decades. In one whispered conversation caught on a hot mic, a CNN analyst remarked on the stark contrast. LeBron's voice resonated around the globe when issues like voting rights, police brutality, and educational opportunities were on the line. But now, with cameras rolling and serious allegations on the table, he's mute. It's deafening. Viewers at home watch the scene unfold, torn between loyalty to a superstar and dismay at what felt like a double standard. Throughout the afternoon, more witnesses took the stand. A former male employee spoke of unwanted touching. Another recounted heavy drugs slipped into his drinks. Each new testimony painted a darker picture.
one in which Diddy's power and wealth shielded him from accountability. All the while, LeBron sat stone-faced, numb to the very real pain being laid out before the court. By late afternoon, a hush descended again as the prosecution called for the tapes to resume. This time, the focus narrowed on the implications of someone of LeBron's stature endorsing these events. A prosecutor noted that when LeBron praised Diddy's parties, it lent an aura of legitimacy. "People trust this man," she said. "They see him as a moral leader. When he says something is harmless fun, they assume it can't be harmful." The implications struck like a blow. His brand, built on family values, community outreach, and social justice, was intertwined with an image now at odds with these allegations.
Jaguar Wright is making
all
some
I'm gonna
wild
say to
claims
this,
about LeBron James.
and I say this with all due respect to the young man that they call Bronny. Your daddy is Shluminati. Your daddy has been diddled by the diddler, and I pray to God he has not set you up to be diddled either.
As the final clips played, showing LeBron's enthusiastic nods and wide grin, emotions finally broke through. His jaw clenched, his lips pressed into a thin line. He glanced around, as if seeking an ally, but all he saw were spectators, cameras, and the jury, waiting to decide not just Diddy's fate, but perhaps his own credibility as well. When the judge recessed for the day, LeBron walked out under tight security. Reporters clamored, but he offered only a quick, no comment, before slipping into a waiting SUV. The scene was a far cry from red carpets and championship parades. It was a stark reminder that in the tangled web of fame and power, no one escapes scrutiny forever. Back at his home, his team scrambled. Publicists drafted statements poised at the ready. One version to defend Diddy, another to distance LeBron from the worst allegations, and a third to highlight his charitable work. Marketing executives prepared alternative ads in case sponsors demanded his replacement. Lawyers combed every corner of the internet, hunting for leaks, potential witnesses, any scrap of footage that could be spun to their advantage.
Yeah.
There's a conspiracy theorist. I can't say his name because he's banned on like all platforms.
Yeah.
He says he has insider info and rumors the reason LeBron was injured or leaving the country.
Today, I get another call by someone very close to me, very well known. They said, "We don't care, go ahead and say it." He said, "Hey, LeBron James just sold his Florida condo 2 weeks ago.
Oh, damn.
And has left the country." And they got specifically.
Yo, not LeBron.
You can imagine how.
Not LeBron.
Then it's over P. Diddy.
Yet all their efforts could not erase the memory of today's hearing. Social media buzzed with screenshots of LeBron's soundbite praising those now criminalized parties. "Ain't no party like a Diddy party." Memes appeared within minutes, juxtaposing that line with headlines describing forced trafficking and assault. Fans on Twitter expressed shock, disappointment, even betrayal.